Hi everyone, advance Eid Mubarak to all of you. I guess I'm right in time to publish today's video. I never thought I could make any videos for Eid sweets this time, but managed to prepare a few to show you all. All the recipes are basic, but always with a touch of mine. Keep watching. Beginning with baklava with a very tasty cream filling. Now for the cream, add 1 liter of milk to a saucepan. To this add 8 spoons of cornstarch. Now here the spoon I have used is a normal tablespoon and not a standard measuring spoon. Then goes in 3 tablespoons semolina. Here I had the roasted one, so I am using that. You can use unroasted as well. Give a mix. For a slight fragrance, I added a teaspoon of rose water. You may use orange blossom or kebra water or simply skip all these. Keep on high flame for a few minutes, then reduce the flame to low medium and keep stirring or else it will burn at the bottom. It should come to a thick consistency. Let this bubble for a few seconds and then switch off the flame. Transfer to another bowl. Place a cling film on top to avoid a thick layer forming. Let this cool down and place it in the fridge for some time. Here I had powdered nuts. I have used almonds and walnuts. Usually pistachios are taken. As I didn't have them, I am using a mix of almonds and walnuts. For any baklava recipe, you will have to use phyllo sheets. And please do not replace this with spring roll sheets. You won't get the real texture of baklava. You don't need the long sheets for this, so I cut them in half. An important step that you shouldn't avoid is placing a wet towel on top of the sheets. If you skip this step, they will dry and won't be able to make baklavas. As you take one, keep the rest covered to avoid getting dry. Spread ghee all over. You may use melted butter as well. Now crinkle them as shown. Now fold them in half towards you. Overlap the ends. Add a spoonful of the nuts and a spoon of the cream. Now roll. And here's one baklava. Place it on a baking tray. Do the rest the same way. I in fact forgot to prepare sugar syrup at first, so I quickly made it in between because you need the syrup to cool down before pouring. In goes 1.5 cups of sugar, 3/4 cup of water and a few drops of lemon juice. Now boil. Boil for 5 or 6 minutes and then turn off the flame. Keep this aside to cool down. And the final one is done. Pour some ghee over each. Bake this in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes or until they turn golden brown. Pour the syrup that has cooled down over the hot baklavas. Sprinkle with some nuts and it's ready to serve. Next was a trial and it came out good than expected. It's custard brownie pudding. For the custard, I used half liter of milk. Into another bowl, I added 2.5 tablespoons of vanilla custard powder, then poured some milk from the saucepan and mixed it well. Keep the milk for boiling, and when it reaches the boiling point, add the custard mix and stir continuously till it turns thick. And this is done. Take it off. Into this, I added a small tin of cream that I had in my pantry. You can use any thick cream. Then add half tin condensed milk. Mix well and keep aside. Let this cool down. Now I am using a ready-made brownie bag and preparing the batter as per instructions on the box. You don't necessarily need to use only brownies. You can use any cake batter, be it ready-made or homemade. Spread some oil in a baking tin and pour the brownie batter at the bottom. Here I have used a fancy tin. You can use any shape of your choice. Pour the custard mix over it very gently. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius and bake for 35 minutes. After taking it out from the oven, it had completely cooled down and then I placed it in the refrigerator. Flip and that's the pudding. Now this might look messy, but that's how it tastes good, as the custard melts a bit and it makes the brownie cake taste extra good. Next is a Kunafa recipe with chocolate cream filling. Again here, prepare the cream first. Add half liter milk into a saucepan, 2 spoons of corn flour and 1 spoon of semolina. Then goes half teaspoon rose water. Mix. Boil and take it off when it turns to a thick consistency. I had let it cool down a bit, then poured it into a bowl. Into this goes in 250 ml cream and then 3 spoons of Nutella. Mix well. You get it done. Here I have the store-bought Kunafa dough. I took the first half. Add this into the blender to break it into tiny pieces. This will make the layering part easy on the tray. Add 2 ladles of ghee or melted butter. Mix thoroughly. Use a baking tray and layer it as shown. Gently press. Make the remaining half ready. I prepare the sugar syrup by boiling 1½ cup sugar with 3/4 cup water along with some lemon juice. Now on top of the Kunafa dough layer, pour the chocolate cream. Spread the remaining half all over, covering the cream. Bake in a preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes or until it turns to a nice golden brown color. Flip, and on top of this, pour the sugar syrup. After the kunafa is completely soaked with syrup, slice and serve. I had the chocolate cream left, so I added one more sweet dish, and that's Basbousa. Use a blender to blend in all the ingredients: 1 cup semolina, 1 cup all-purpose flour, ½ cup milk powder, 1 cup oil, 2 eggs, 3/4 or 1 cup sugar, 1 teaspoon baking powder. Blend for a few seconds. Now you get this consistency first. Then add 1 cup of milk and mix it manually first. Then blend. Now you get this consistency. Apply some oil on the baking tray. Pour half of the batter and bake for 6 to 7 minutes. Then pour the chocolate cream and spread it all over. Then gently pour the rest half of the batter. Make sugar syrup the same way. Add some rose water. I had flipped the basbousa to check at the bottom. You don't have to flip it actually. You can pour the sugar syrup while it's in the baking tray. Now let this soak in the sugar syrup. Slice and have. So that's all for Eid recipes. I hope you all will try and let me know your feedback. Take care everyone. Once again, Eid Mubarak to everyone. Bye bye.